Hey, we're Autumn Coma. You're watching National Rock Review. We'll see you at Dirtfest.
This is Mick with National Rock Review. We're hanging out with Autumn Coma today. They're going to be appearing at Dirtfest later this month, August 9th. Actually, next month, August 9th. Tell us a little bit about yourselves, guys.
We are Autumn Coma. We're from the Flint area. We got started about 2008, and Jason and I here grew up together. Our dads played in bands together. And so we kind of grew up listening to the same music, influenced by some of the heavier, artsy 90s rock, like Tool and 9 Inch Nails and Alice in Chains and things like that. And met up with Brad, and we're just trying to do something creative and ambitious with our music and art.
How did you guys get your start as a band?
Well, you want to take that one, Jay?
Well, I was in Eyes of Dominance, and T was a little younger. He couldn't get into the clubs yet, but we practiced at his house, and I pretty much had him learn all the covers that nobody else knew. That I always wanted to play in a band and stuff, and we kind of we've always gelled well together because we grew up together and got him, we're playing the same kind of music, listening to the same stuff, and I kind of got sick of metal in general and wanted to do something a little more creative, and I was always a huge Tool fan, so I kind of took T's side once Eyes of Dominance broke up, and was just kind of like, let's do something new, let's try to get into something a little more experimental, kind of along the lines of Tool, and kind of try to bring all of our favorite bands and styles that we enjoy playing, and try to bring it all together into a style of its own, And we've pretty much been plugging away at it ever since through whatever lineups we've had, and pretty much settled on this 3-piece here, Got sick of looking for a singer. It was kind of hard, so we kind of took the role of that on ourselves, and it's been just progressing from there, and I think we've finally found our sound, I think, and a good level of confidence with our vocals. So that's where we're at now.
So describe your sound and your music to somebody who's never heard you before. You mentioned Tool, Alice in Chains, so I'm assuming you guys have a derivative of that style of music.
Yeah, Perfect Circle too. That's a pretty big influence. I know, like as far as like writing guitar work, like I like most of the stuff that I come up with is like melodic, Perfect Circle-y, with a mixture of like Deftones as far as the heavy side of things goes.
Yeah, we come from a metal background, so that element is definitely still there with Brad as well. We all grew up on Metallica and Tool and Alice in Chains and stuff like that.
Lots of 80s metal.
80s metal.
Iron Maiden, and and more ambitious stuff like Dream Theater and King Crimson and Pink Floyd and things like that.
Yeah, we do a lot of the psychedelic kind of styles with like how you mentioned Perfect Circle and Tool. They got a lot of the delays on the guitars and watery psychedelic kind of styles. We definitely utilize that a lot and mix it in with
progressive.
Yeah, more straightforward, progressive and more straightforward, like just hard rock stuff, like Deftones. I guess I feel like we kind of have that in common. We'll get some of the more straightforward stuff like what they do.
Yeah, trying to create something dynamically, mostly, that so you're not just getting typical rock anthem straightforward all the way through. It kind of takes you on a ride and
trying to keep it interesting.
Really like to try to take like odd time signatures and things that are typically out of the ordinary, but try to use them in a way to where it's not over people's heads.
Yeah.
Your average listener can still listen to it and still tap their foot or bob their head to it.
Not be
even
lost.
Though it's an odd time signature, we try not to go too far with it. Try to, keep a good balance.
How did you guys come to end up playing on Dirt Fest this year, and what does it mean for you as a band playing at Dirt Fest?
Yeah, Ben.
Dirt Fest is a big milestone for us because we, through Banana, the Flint radio station, we met Matt. We won some contests, and we won recording time with Matt. So we have been kind of developing a pretty good relationship with him. Definitely consider him a friend at this point. He's helped us a lot, and and as it turns out, Matt knows everybody, and hooked us up on Dirt Fest, and so we're very appreciative. Thank you, Matt, for that, for the opportunity, and we really look forward to it being a milestone to push us into spreading our art even further and building our network as well.
So what are some of the other bands on Dirt Fest this year that you're looking forward to checking out?
I know I'm looking forward to Non-Point. I like to catch them every time they come through when I can.
I'm looking forward to seeing Anna, definitely.
Yeah.
Another group of local guys from Flint. We really like those guys. I think that they have similar ambition with us as far as, one, they're very 90s based, like we are, and two, they're not trying to fit any particular mold, so I like those guys a lot, definitely. And of course,
who else is playing?
Sid from Slipknot, who we actually collaborated with a couple years ago.
Fortunately enough.
Yeah, with an artist who was on Strange Music Prozac out of Saginaw. Him, Sid, and ourselves got together and collaborated on a very cool political metal song with hip hop, and it was an awesome experience. So definitely looking forward to seeing Sid again, and Kill Switch.
Yeah,
for sure.
Oh yeah, that's a big one too for me.
Describe the local music scene where you guys play now.
It's a sad state right now, to be completely honest with you.
We got to get down to Detroit pretty soon, for sure.
Yeah, it's gradually gone downhill in Flint, I feel like, and maybe this is just my own perception of it, but it does seem like the music scene is going through a transformational period right now, and we're hoping that it comes out on the better end of things and gives more young bands opportunities, and bands that are trying to do ambitious things and not fall into any sort of pigeonhole or any sort of preconceived idea of what a rock band should be. I think that it's time for music to change, and I think that it's apparent in the kind of the micro universe of the Flint music scene. You can see that it's dying and it's changing, and it needs to happen. So I'm hoping that people become aware of that and can push it back into a place where we have a healthy music scene again in Flint. And until then, we're looking to go elsewhere and expand. So yep, that's where we're at.
What do you guys have in the plans for future record releases?
Well, we are currently recording with Matt at 37 Studios in Rochester Hills. We have been kind of plugging away at our project to try to get a full CD together, and we're hoping to release it early next year. that's our ambition at this point, and we're very excited about it. It's going to be something that we're all very proud of, that it's taken us a long time to put out. And with Matt on our team, I think that it's going to be the best representation of it that it could possibly be. So we're really excited and look forward to sharing our music with you sometime early next year.
Autumn Coma, thank you guys so much for taking time to hang out with us today. Looking
thank
forward
you.
to seeing you guys at Dirt Fest, August 9th, Birds Run Expo Center. It's going to be a huge day in Middle at Mayhem, pure Michigan metal.
Thanks a lot, man. Thank you for the opportunity.